Okay, Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my tutorial demo. I will making video about lecturing for my school project. It's about effective learning for improving student learning quality through proven strategies. It's been presented by me, Muhammad Ahsan Satria Dharma. So we will start by a question. Why is effective learning important? The first one is because of deep understanding. Helping students understand the subjects matter better to make it more more understand about the subject that we give to him. Second is better engagement. For like improve student learning outcomes and active participation. And three, or the last is future readiness. Prepare students for future challenge and opportunities. And what are the characteristics of effective learning? First, if student-centered, it means provides space for a student to be active. For example, the student is asking some question like when you teaching math maybe or science, they can asking what they not understand. Second is goal-based, has a clear goals for each lesson and interactive, informs two-way communication between teachers and student. Like we are using ice breaking. Example ice breaking is ice breaking, playing game. Playing games like games that make your brain more yeah. And it's make communication between the teachers and student, of course. And the last is use of technology. Utilize digital tools to support learning. For example, in ID and in my school, it's using quizzes, Quizit, Kahoot, and yeah, because it's more interactive. Yeah, because in this digital era, we must follow the era. Yeah, because the it will be boring without any technology. Yeah, like using tablet or playing game maze, and then there is the question of the subject. You can use what many lah, because this digital era. Okay, strategies to increase effectiveness. First is group discussion, increase student collaboration. So it's very important. Yeah, it's very important for you guys to make some group discussion here to make student it's make some connection with their friend. And then there's active learning method, educational games, experiment, and simulation. In my school, they use to make it the active learning is practical. Like for example, in IT, we are making games, coding. It's not just about theory. It's not about the theory. It's about we can practice. And the third is use of interactive media, videos, educational application, and online quizzes. That I said before, teacher can use like now, like me, Canva, or you can use Adria, flashcard. Maybe in quizzes there is. Because it's more interactive for student. The fourth is problem solving. Students are encouraged to think critically and creatively. And the last is differentiation of learning, adapting method to the needs of different students. So yeah, teacher as facilitator and motivator. So engaging learning experience or designing engaging and interactive activities. Or you can emotional support and motivation, helping students to stay motivated and confident. For example, my friend is not get motivated by his friend. Irja get bully.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
If in IDN, every morning we are there is morning spirit.
Bohong mulu.
Speak bahasa Irja.
It's
Okay.
bro.
And then
Just repeat.
in the end there is many motivation lah. Like in his
Emang iya ya? Nggak tahu.
in his What road? Third is technology in learning. Use technology to deliver material effectively. This is getting repeat and repeat here, but it's okay because it's very important here. And the last is discussion and decision making. Yeah, of course. It actively involves student in the learning process. Student responsibility for learning success. Okay, active participation. Students are expected to be fully involved in discussion and class activities. Time management. Students need to manage their own study time to achieve academic goals. Feedback. Provide a clear and constructive feedback to teacher to improve learning. Sorry guys. Yeah. Application of knowledge. Apply what is learned to everyday life for real world learning. For example, I will give you some case study. Example 1 is using an online quiz app to increase engagement to make it more interactively with students. The case example 2 is project groups to solve a local environment problem. So in my old school in South Tangerang, there is many group discussion here to make them can problem solving. For example, they have problem with between friend to friend. Yeah, they problem solving by their own. Example 3 on the case study number 3 is interactive discussion using a digital whiteboard. In my era, because there is COVID era, I'm using Zoom, so it's all is digital and maybe it's very interactive, very interesting for me because many that I can do. That is improving quality through reflection. Yeah, is an important step in improving quality of learning. By evaluating student learning outcomes regularly, teachers can understand their strengths and areas for improvement. Providing specific and constructive feedback helps students recognize their progress while also improving weakness. In addition, involving students in the self-evaluation process encourages them to take more responsibility for their learning and personal development. Maybe that's all. Thank you, but I will give some example. Wait, I like. Okay. Yeah, I will give you some example. Yeah, because I'm a student is very bored in class if there's no laptop. Because I want to tell you guys that if we learning, we cannot just theory. We must apply it to our life. Gitu. For example, in other school and not IDN, we learning math, but we don't know what for. Science, we don't know what for. So I don't know. I very lucky lah in IDN. We're not learning general sub general lesson because IDN is very practical. So if there is this theory and then we directly practice. For example, in IT we get teach coding, practice gitu. If in other school just theory, we don't know the the output. Okay, maybe yeah, not yet the time yeah. Still 1 minute. Yeah, you can join IDN lah because more good ya guys ya, more good and more interactive. I will give some recommendation websites for interactive class ya. For example, Zoom, or you can use quizzes, Quizlet, brain, ChatGPT, games like there's a games for study. Ya. It's very good ya. Kahoot, Canva, Quizlet. Yeah, to make interactive learning lah. To make student more interact with you guys between teachers and also student. Yeah, maybe that's all. And because the time is up, and that's what I say, guys. My name is Muhammad Ahsan Satria Dharma, or you can call me Ahsan. I'm from 9A, in Island Boarding School Pamijahan. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys in the top.